This is what many envision when they think of a trading floor like the New York Mercantile Exchange. But the day-to-day life of a floor trader has changed drastically from the old days as electronic trading becomes the new norm. I'm in the financial district in New York City, and today we're going to check out the day in the life of a trader at the New York Mercantile Exchange. Jeff Grossman, president of BRG Brokerage, has been working on the floor of NYMEX just about longer than anyone and has seen firsthand how the exchange has gone from a roaring trading floor to what is now just a small band of traders who are losing their voice to electronic trading. So Jeff, you've been down here for over 3 decades now. How are things different than when you first started out?
Vastly different. When I came here initially in the early 80s, it was only a small group of men here. It was pretty much a great, well-kept secret that nobody even knew about from the outside world. Then throughout the 80s, interest built and the commodities became very much at the forefront of investment possibilities, risk and the like. And now we've gone full circle. For about the last 5-6 years, the electronic trading platforms have totally transformed the way we do business now. So we've really, peaked, and now we're on our way really in a valley as far as life as a trader.
The New York Mercantile Exchange once held a virtual monopoly on commodities trading. But in the early 2000s, the electronically based exchanges, such as the Intercontinental Exchange, started taking away the business of the open outcry markets. In 2006, NYMEX teamed up with the Chicago Mercantile Exchange to use the CME Globex electronic trading platform, and by 2008, CME Group acquired NYMEX. Since then, despite protests from floor traders, the trading pits have emptied out, as mostly computers are now performing the bids. How has electronic trading specifically changed how NYMEX operates?
Well, again, at one time, it was everything you saw, everything that was traded showed up in the pit, and everyone could see the players, be it even by their executing brokers. Now there's a lot of movement, a lot of volume that takes place on these electronic platforms, and the scary part, at least, or the difficult part for a guy like myself, is that I have no idea who is doing it. It could be a big company, a Goldman Sachs with a big trading desk with millions behind them, or it could be some young whippersnapper up in some office who hit the wrong button and suddenly was trading hundreds of lots by accident and is affecting a market. And I can't really judge that. I just see a screen that flutters up and back. So again, what I keyed off of in the back and what most people did was the players and the overall flow that took place. Now it has changed drastically.
And when I think of the old days of trading, I think of, traders yelling out, doing the hand signals, but it really isn't like that anymore. It's more electronic. And how many people have dwindled down now from the floor?
I would say the floor population now at best is 20 to 25% of what we used to have. I could even be optimistic on that number. But again, the trading is done. Remember, the electronic platform runs alongside. There's still, futures that can trade in the pits. There are things that have to trade by open outcry in the pits, and we have to work. They work side by side right now.
While activity in the pit may seem chaotic, the signals are actually quite specific. There are signals to buy or sell, signs indicating quantity, expiration months, market signals, and of course, signals for price. Grossman is one of the few traders trying to preserve the open outcry system. So when it comes to the open outcry, how is that being preserved now?
Again, not everything can go on the machine. There are a few things that, let's say, are pretty much impossible to put on a platform, whereas there are interrelated things, may it be gas and oil, crude against heating oil or something like that, or things that are, let's say, not exactly vanilla ice cream, something that are ratios, or things that are some sort of things that aren't run-of-the-mill. But the straightforward, options, buying and selling puts and calls, have evolved to pretty much a large percentage now on the machine.
Open outcry isn't without its pitfalls. What happens if a trader sends the wrong signal?
Back in the day, and this is we're talking in the mid-'80s, I used to donate my time, and I used to be the head of the broker training committee. And the new guys that would come in, we would make them go through a test, learn all about the commodities. Also, I would make sure they learned all the hand signals. They had when you said buy him, you were buying him. When you said sold, you were selling him. Your body language had to agree, because again, you couldn't have somebody going across the ring and find, oh no, I thought I bought those. No, I thought I sold those. And the two of you have to agree. There's no maybes in here. You have to be positive, right or wrong. You have to at least see eye to eye on that.
Is there fear that open outcry will somehow die out?
Heaven forbid, but I believe it will always be there. It's, again, like I say, the checks and balances. If it's totally reliant on a machine or the black box, as they say, then you are totally at its mercy and no one can even control it. At least here there is a human element. Every once in a while that someone could possibly say, something's wrong here. So again, I'd like to think there's always going to be a human element. But I have my doubts about how long it's going to continue.